comes to making a responsible energy decision for your family and the planet, choose clean natural gas from Atmos Energy. Natural gas is safer and more reliable than other energy solutions and can reduce your home's carbon emissions by up to 45%. By using less total energy than other energy sources, natural gas lowers your impact on the environment. It's just another way that Atmos Energy makes your life better. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Hi, I'm Roger Cador. I'm here to tell you about Smith, Shanklin, and Sosa. You won't find them on billboards, but you'll find them in the courtroom where real lawyers are. You see, billboards do not solve cases. Real trial lawyers do. So if you're hurt and need a lawyer, call 225-223-6333.
Hello and welcome to week 10 of the Roger Cador Show. Clarence Buggs along with the coach at the Shoppers Value on Government Street. Coach, we start with Jaguar football. Jaguars continuing to roll right along. This past weekend, make the necessary adjustments at the halftime and just blow Texas Southern away.
And that's what shows a sign of good coaching, when you can go into the locker room and make adjustments, the way they've done all year.
Yes.
And they've been able to win all of that conference game except one.
Except one.
Yeah, so I tell you, this was a big win. Now it sets up the big battle down in the Crescent City.
Yes, sir. Do you think the average Jaguar fan truly appreciates the magnitude of this season and the job that Coach Odoms has done with the team, with the limited resources that he's had at his disposal, not to mention the fact that the starting quarterback was hurt for 2 games? You think the average member of the Jaguar Nation truly appreciates the job this man has done?
I don't know what average is. If you look in the stands, they hadn't shown up.
True.
So when you say average, what is the average fan? I just think a lot of factors have gone into why we're not getting the support. But I keep saying, Southern still belongs to the community.
Yeah.
You can't trade it in. You're not going to be able to do anything. Let's embrace it and make it better and support it, because you could have something really special here.
Yeah. Now, most people would probably say, well, Southern was supposed to beat Texas Southern. I mean, after all, you're talking about a team that has struggled mightily here as of late, particularly as far as the SWAC conference is concerned. How tough from a coaching standpoint is it to keep a group of young men, this age group, focused and not overlook the likes of a Texas Southern?
Yeah, that thing about you're supposed to win if you execute.
True.
That's the only thing about that supposed to.
Right.
You know, but I know fans are who they are. They start counting victories before you earn them, and it can matriculate down into the players when they pat them on the shoulder, making them feel good about themselves.
Right.
And they begin to smell themselves, as the old people say.
Right.
If they smell themselves, then they're not going to play well. But I think Coach Odom have done a masterful job of keeping them focused all year.
No two ways about it. Up next, the Bayou Classic, a trip to the conference championship on the line. That's the way it ought to be, isn't it, Coach?
In the real time, it ought to be that way. Southern against Grambling.
Yes.
And this is the way people of yesteryears remember this this kind of thing. Us against Southern, us against Grambling, the Bayou Classic.
Right.
If we could get 60-some thousand, that would really be a big win for each university.
You know, some people might say, Coach, win, lose, or draw, considering what Southern has had to work with this year, it's a victory of sorts to just be in the position to compete for the conference championship. But I can only imagine, having come so far with so little, that's got to make you hungrier than ever if you're truly a competitor.
Yeah, I really think based upon what they've done, the way they started playing against teams way out of their league,
right,
and getting beat up, But I think that what they've done since then, once they came down to opponents like them, they have to feel good about themselves because there's been an improvement every week. And that's the kind of team that is dangerous.
Yes.
You know, I don't sort of like that week off, but it's a healing week for them.
True.
It's always been that way.
When we come back, we'll talk a little bit of LSU Tiger football on week 10 of the Roger Cador Show. Stay close.
The biggest scratch-off game of the season is here. It's Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery. Your chance to win up to $100,000. Scratch the back for an extra game. Enter the second chance drawings for VIP suite experiences, a deluxe limo experience, a tunnel team experience, official autographed team merchandise, and the grand prize, a 2018 season ticket package. Play Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
It was nearly a decade ago that Brett teamed up to Imagine Your Parks, and you imagine big. 12 beautiful community parks from one end of the parish to the other, one family-sized water park, and 5 other parks just for your dogs. You have places to splash and places to explore. You have games to play and camps galore. No matter what you like to do or see, visit Breck.org and see how together we have made Breck better than imagined.
You don't have to understand the physics of flying to fly easy. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport.
Welcome back for segment 2 of this week's edition of the Roger Cador Show. You know, the fact of the matter is, guys and girls, we all have to shop. The fact of the matter is we all need food. And the fact of the matter is we all appreciate value. You can get all of that in one easy location, Shoppers Value Foods. And the great thing is there's a location near you just about anywhere you go. So when it's time to shop, when it's time for food, when it's time for a great value, all you have to remember is Shoppers Value Foods, proud sponsors of this week's edition of the Roger Cador Show. Coach, we shift gears now and talk a little bit of LSU Tiger football. Tigers played a rare 11 o'clock kickoff game in Tiger Stadium. What kind of impact does routine have when you're talking about a game, particularly like that of football?
Yeah, you know, it's always tough because kids are used to playing at 7 o'clock
Right.
or 6 o'clock. Now you play at 11 o'clock. It affects their sleep pattern, their eating pattern. So now they have to make a physical adjustment as well as a mental adjustment
Right.
for an early start game. I remember when UCLA had to travel cross country to play Memphis.
Right.
And I told someone that they would have trouble because there's no way they're used to playing at 9 o'clock, even though the game started at 11. Their body said it was 9 a.m. in LA.
Right.
And
right.
that's the problem you get now. Granted, LSU was still in their own time zone,
Right.
so it didn't affect them as much.
Yeah. I noticed that the Alabama Crimson Tide struggled with Mississippi State after playing LSU, and they were a pretty beat up bunch when they took on LSU. Do you think the average fan realizes, even in a loss, what a toll the LSU Alabama game takes on both of those teams?
It really does. I mean, this Alabama team, because they only have 4 and 5 star athletes, Nick Saban was still able to get enough. He's loaded with injuries, but he still was able to get those kids to execute. And they did all those little things late in the game without panicking. And that's how they won. They literally won Mississippi State. Mississippi State outplayed them except on the scoreboard.
That's right.
Just like LSU outplayed
Just like
them,
LSU. Great
except
point.
on the scoreboard.
Great point. How happy are you for Coach O and the fact that he has righted the ship at LSU?
Well, I tell you what, big old Coach O has done a wonderful job. He's done everything we expect him to do. I don't know if I came close, Coach O.
we understand the sentiment, Coach. Of course, now, after all is said and done, they still need a field goal kicker. Now, field goal kickers are often characterized as some of the most finicky guys on the entire team. Is there a counterpart on the baseball field to the field goal kicker? Anybody that's as finicky on a baseball diamond as a kicker is on the gridiron?
Yeah, that guy who got to come in and lay in and close that game.
The closer.
Yeah, there's the same thing. Listen, LSU is not going to go get a field goal kicker this year.
Mm-hmm.
They stuck with that guy.
Yeah.
So they got to stay with him and live the next 2 games.
Right.
And hopefully he doesn't miss a key field goal. So that's basically all it is. Everybody needs something, but you ain't getting it right now.
Not at this part of the game. Well, Connor Culp, we believe in you, my man. Hang in there. It's going to be all right. When we come back, we'll step from the college ranks into the professional ranks. Talk about a surprise of the season. The Saints on a roll. That and more when we come back for more of the Roger Cador Show. Stay close.
You don't have to understand the physics of flying to fly easy. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport.
Hey, Coach Roger Cador here. There's something about teamwork that brings the best out in any business. When I need a tow, I call Roadrunner Towing. Roadrunner's 4 generations strong and homegrown right here in Baton Rouge.
Thanks, Coach. There's no job too large or too small. Call Roadrunner for quick, reliable, exceptional service. We don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes. And remember, take time each day to be a blessing to someone. Thank you.
The biggest scratch-off game of the season is here. It's Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery. Your chance to win up to $100,000. Scratch the back for an extra game. Enter the second chance drawings for VIP suite experiences, a deluxe limo experience, a tunnel team experience, official autographed team merchandise, and the grand prize, a 2018 season ticket package. Play Saints Game On from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
Welcome back for segment 3 of this week's edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. You know, we're approaching that time of the year now where we celebrate all the great things in life, and there's certainly nothing more precious to any of us than the gift of good health, whether it's ourselves, our loved ones, or our children. And across the board, Our Lady of the Lake Regional Medical Center has dedicated themselves to improving the quality of life for we adults, for our loved ones, and of course our children with the brand new launching of their children's hospital, ensuring that we all have the greatest gift of all, the gift of good health. Our Lady of the Lake Regional Medical Center, proud sponsors of this week's edition of the Roger Cador Show. Coach, as we shift gears and look toward the Saints now, they're still surprising a whole lot of folks, ripping off their 7th win in a row. Do you think anyone, the team included, saw this one coming?
Well, I don't know if they did. I can't look into their mind.
Right.
But I got to think that every time teams goes out, they're thinking they're going to win. Mm-hmm. And now when I'm looking at while they're winning, they're playing really good defense, and they're doing the little things on offense. They're not blowing people off, even though they scored 47 points or 41 points against the Buffalo. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking at how they do the little things good.
Right.
They're getting a key yardage. They're making key pass receptions. So they're doing relatively well in those areas.
One of the things that I found particularly interesting is the fact that they have more balance now on offense than in many years prior, running the ball as well as throwing the ball. We talked earlier in the season about Adrian Peterson and the fact that we didn't think that he would be a good fit for this offense because he's used to getting his share of the load. Should we maybe rethink that now? As much as they're running the ball with balance, would Adrian Peterson really be a great addition at this point?
Well, he doesn't run the way those guys are running.
True.
Now, there's a difference. These guys are able to follow those big offensive linemen. And, Camaro has done a fantastic job, man. He's got great quickness, and Adrian Peterson didn't have quickness.
Right.
He had the ability to run head on, but Camaro has done a great job.
At this point in the season, you're past the halfway point, and now all of a sudden you're winning off 7 games in a row now. The hype starts to get louder and louder and louder. How hard is it to block out the noise? Because you got to know that it's coming more fast and more furious with each mounting win.
Yeah, it is doing, but these are professional, and Coach, oh my goodness.
Sean Payton?
Yeah, has done such a wonderful job of preparing them and giving them a game plan that they can enjoy a measure of success with.
Mm-hmm. From a coaching standpoint, did you ever think that a loss at some point may not be all that bad because it brings you back down to earth and gives you that stark reality that despite what you read in the paper, despite what people tell you when they see you on the street, in the restaurant, and parking your cars and whatnot, that you are beatable?
You are beatable. And I never see where a loss is good.
Mm-hmm.
People always want to win because, again, it's easier to make correction after a win than a loss. So when you're winning, it gives the coach a chance to add some things, some parts to either his defense or offense.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully the Saints will continue to do just that, win. When we come back, a very special look at a special event when this week's edition of the Roger Cador Show continues. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Roger Cador. I'm here to tell you about Smith, Shanklin, and Sosa. You won't find them on billboards, but you'll find them in the courtroom where real lawyers are. You see, billboards do not solve cases. Real trial lawyers do. So if you're hurt and need a lawyer, call 225-223-6333.
Pod's moving in storage.
I need to clean out my study.
We'll deliver a container.
My brother-in-law's moving in.
Maybe he'll help you pack.
He's lazy.
We can refer some professionals.
It's just until he finds work.
We can keep things at our storage center for as long as it takes.
I am not happy about this.
Or you can keep your things on site for quick unloading.
Did you say freeloading?
I said unloading.
I heard freeloading.
I'm sure you did.
Store on site or let us drive your things to our secure storage center. Pods, moving and storage, solved.
Welcome back for segment 4 of this week's edition of the Roger Cador Show. This week, if you missed out on a very special event at LeBurge Hotel, you truly missed a treat. The 12th and final, Celebrating Baseball Southern Style. Our very own Aaron Fulbright was there and files this report. Aaron, take it away.
We're here at the 2017 Bringing Back Baseball Gala. It's a fundraiser for the SU baseball program. But this year, we're also celebrating Coach Cador's retirement. He retired in June. So we're going to take a look and see who's here and talk with them about the past galas and their memories with Coach Cador. We have our interns, Danielle and Alyssa, who are going to go around and talk to these good folks. And also, this is our last year of doing this program, so come with us.
All right, well, we're here with some of Southern's finest. We just want to know how it feels to be reunited once again with some of your old teammates.
Oh, it's a wonderful feeling. We've always come together at big events, and after having not seen some of them in many, many years, it's been a marvelous day.
Just kind of being back with your teammates, how does that make you feel? What kind of memories does it bring back?
Oh, my God. I mean, it's It's just tremendous that we can get together, the few of us that are left. These guys, many of them played on the first black team in America to win the NAIA tournament. The first black team, Southern University. And these guys was my teammates.
All right, we're here with Coach's pride and joy. So how does it feel to see Coach Cador finally retire from his, historic career as a baseball coach at Southern?
I think it's good. I think I think for him coming back and doing his last thing for him, you kind of send him out on a high note. I think it's good for him to go out like this, and I think he's set an example for not only Southern University baseball, but actually the whole community of Baton Rouge, Acadia, and all the surrounding parishes here. And then your top, maybe most famous memory of Coach Cador, whether it's funny, embarrassing. I want to put him on a spot like that, but honestly, I would probably say my most memorable moment, I think, was my last year here when we went down to Southern Miss and we beat Southern Miss the first game of the regional there in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So that, I think that was pretty special to me.
All right, we're here with Coach Paul Maneri. How does it feel to be the speaker at Coach Cador's retirement and final Bring Back Baseball Initiative event?
You have no idea how honored I am that Roger asked me to come and speak here tonight. Roger's just a great man. He's one of my idols. That'll make him laugh because I tell him he's so much older than I am, that he's my idol. But he really is. He's a great friend, and I'm beginning my 12th year here in Baton Rouge. And from the time I got here 12 years ago, Roger and I have been great friends. He'll tell the story. I tried to hire him at Notre Dame to be my assistant coach many years ago, but I couldn't pay him enough money. He was making too much, and we joke about that all the time. But to have the honor of speaking and at Roger's retirement dinner is a true honor because I've long admired Roger. He's a great man, a great coach. He's impacted an awful lot of lives. He's done an awful lot for baseball, not only in the city of Baton Rouge, but the state of Louisiana. He's done an awful lot for race relations. He's just made a major impact in his time as the Southern baseball coach. And so when he asked me if I would be willing to speak, of course I jumped at the opportunity.
It was another great baseball gala here at LaBerge. We even got some surprises. Ricky Weeks showed up. Coach didn't know that. He thought he wasn't going to make it. And Ricky hadn't been here for a couple of years, and I think Coach was pretty stoked about that. I'm glad I was able to attend this final gala and be a part of the Coach era. Coach, we love you, and I appreciate all that you have given to me. And I'm glad to see you retire because you need time to take care of yourself. Love you.
Aaron, as usual, a job well done. Thank you kindly. When we come back, we will wrap up this week's edition of the Roger Cador Show. Stay with us.
Pause moving and storage.
We just sold our house.
Congratulations.
We have 2 weeks to move.
We'll deliver a few containers.
Our new home's not ready.
No problem. You can store things with us while you're between homes.
We might need help.
We'll refer trusted packers.
We'll be staying at my brother's.
Well, that sounds...
He has kids of his own.
Well...
5 of them.
Ma'am?
Help.
Trust us for local and long-distance moving and store at our storage centers. Pods, moving and storage, solved.
It was nearly a decade ago that Breck teamed up to Imagine Your Parks, and you imagine big. 12 beautiful community parks from one end of the parish to the other, one family-sized water park, and 5 other parks just for your dogs. You have places to splash and places to explore. You have games to play and camps galore. No matter what you like to do or see, visit breck.org and see how together we have made Breck better than imagined.
Hey, Coach Roger Cador here. There's something about teamwork that brings the best out in any business. When I need a tow, I call Roadrunner Towing. Roadrunner's 4 generations strong and homegrown right here in Baton Rouge.
Thanks, Coach. There's no job too large or too small. Call Roadrunner for quick, reliable, exceptional service. We don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes. And remember, take time each day to be a blessing to someone. Thank you.
Welcome back for the final segment of this week's edition of the Roger Cador Show, coming to you this week from Shoppers Values Foods on Government Street. Coach, the Celebrating Baseball, Southern Style, number 12, the final in a series here in Baton Rouge this week. Has it set in on you just yet, the magnitude of this week's event?
Not yet, but I'm beginning to get tired. I am tired. Wow, but I tell you, it was a great event, the final one. And I tell you, Clarence, I'm never surprised by much, but when that band came out, it took me away. You could really knock me over with a feather.
And a very special thank you to Nathan Hamer for bringing the world-renowned Southern University Human Jukebox over to LaBerge to perform for Coach Cador as a tribute to his retirement. You know, as I was scanning the crowd and talking with people, Coach, it occurred to me there are people here from every walk of life, all different colors, all political persuasions, all religious affiliations, and it's all like it's one big family. Is that one of the things that makes organized sports hold such a special place in our society, the ability to do that?
Yeah, sports doesn't discriminate. It takes in everybody and embrace them. And when I go out, I embrace people. You know, I don't just go look for the African American people. I deal with the white people too, because it's important to bridge the community together. Let people know Southern exists. And I think last night, the different colored people who were in the room saw what the good Southern has to offer.
You know, the business community showed up and showed out in round numbers. Can you say enough about, during the course of your career, the support that you've gotten from the local business community?
Can never. But it's all started, and I tell young coaches at Southern, if you want to embrace the Baton Rouge business community, to embrace it, you have to do community service.
It's a two-way street in that regard.
It is.
It is something that you've become a master at, and there are a lot of people out there that, because of your hard work and your effort, they were able to benefit from that. And for those that never get the opportunity to tell you in person, from me to you, we appreciate you, Coach. On behalf of the crew and the coach, I'm Clarence Buggs. We'll see you next week with another edition of the Roger Cador Show. Go Jags.